of I-40 in Chesapeake Energy Arena, taken from the Skydance Bridge in Oklahoma City. That's our setting tonight. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Thunder enjoying this break from the road. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season. Guys, they came out on top of the season series matchup a season ago, taking 2 of the 3 away from them.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Well, they were obviously the superior team a year ago, but a lot can change from one season to the next in the NBA. Let's see how this game plays out before we make any rush to judgment as to how they'll fare against each other this year.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, D.A., absolutely. Thanks. And both these teams, Brant, love to push the ball, push the pace. What are some things that all great fast break teams have in common?
The biggest thing, Kevin, is that you have committed runners on the wing. Point guards, their vision of the floor, their peripheral vision, they're always looking for guys. If they have guys committed to, once the ball is rebounded by their team, that their first 2 steps are hard and they're filling the lanes, then excitement and opportunities for highlights are coming.
Running with a purpose.
Running with a purpose, running ahead of the ball, and then attacking the rim with great consistency. Having great runners helps the fast break game.
Good point. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Suns, Okobo and Booker are their backcourt. Ayton is out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Warren in at small forward.
More power of Westbrook shown there. Not many guys can finish through contact like that.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Okobo buries the long-range jumper.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is George. He's coming off a 34-point game against Boston.
Defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
And Warren with the basket on the assist by Ayton.
I always feel like he's around the rim and sniffing out more points. T.J. Warren feeling very much at ease with that quality of a shot.
Adams' shot is good.
And that is one thing he does very well. His intensity on the glass helps lead to these high percentage putbacks for his team.
On the wing, Booker. 3-pointer. The rebound by Steven Adams.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Feeds to Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And Booker loves the feel of that when a 2-guard gets up to the rim and throws it down.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Ariza against George. The 3. Good on the triple. George has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
A lot of points coming from Paul George from the 3-point line over the past couple seasons. The D has to play out on him, and that creates the space.
Now, here's Ayton. He had 19 points in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Defensive mindset tonight was huge. He was a real pest coming up with all those steals and had great activity.
And nicely done, running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
Here's Ayton. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. A coaching carousel, certainly in Phoenix. This is the 4th different head coach in as many seasons. What does that do, Brent, to a young team?
Well, it's tough for development because if you don't consistently work with the same player development coaches, you might be learning things for an offense that might have to be reset every year. Igor Kokoskov is one of the more ingenious offensive minds in the game. This is why he's got this opportunity in Phoenix. And I look forward with the type of talent that Phoenix has, with how much creativity he can bring to the court, and hope these young players are excited for that opportunity.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Russell Westbrook. All free throws good from Trevor Ariza.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Schroeder passes to George. Adams sets the pick for George. Shoots over Warren. George, no good.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Okobo is guarded by Schroeder. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Booker. And the Suns miss again.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Now the pass to Roberson. Schroeder outside. Here's Adams. Over Ayton. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Suns trailing. Booker outside. Poked away. Patterson against Ariza. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got his first bucket of the night.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Kicks it to Ayton. To the inside. Stolen by George. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Schroeder. A very nice season for him last year. He was around 19 points a game, 6 assists and 3 rebounds. And a quality player. I love what he brings to the table at that backup point guard position.
I think coaches appreciate a guy that comes in and knows how to run the offense with some intelligence. That's exactly what he does.
And he makes the first. Already, Brent, we've seen a changing of the guard of some teams where a new player is now the #1 option.
Well, I expected that this year we were going to have some of this take place. A lot of the reason why I would point to it is that you had 9 new coaches in the NBA this year. So there's going to be opportunity on some of those teams for somebody to take advantage of a new offense, a new way to play, a new way to get up and down the floor. And with that opportunity, some guys are taking full advantage of it.
I love the new opportunities, though, for some players that may have been pushed to the side a bit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I like the opportunity maybe for some of these teams to start changing some of the older guard with their squad. Maybe come trade deadline. I think this year there's going to be a lot of movement come February because of those coaching changes.
Now let's take a look at the most efficient scores in the NBA from last year's campaign. The 4th spot held by Steven Adams.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Suns trail by 6. Ariza up top. Patterson defending. Ariza kicks to Booker. Ariza sends a screen for Booker. Pass to Ayton. And Adams sends it back.
Adams is a decent shot blocker, but relies on his position mostly, that time in the right spot.
Shoots off the screen.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Hits the 3-point bomb.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Booker outside. Shot to stop the run. The shot missing. So the Thunder will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
Well, if I put it on the scale, Greg, the aggressiveness was an 8. The shot selection, a 2. Could have been a lot better.
They get it back. Off target at the rim.
Now, this just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Adams with the screen on Booker. Here's Patterson. The three-pointer off the mark. Suns trail by 11. Paul George with the steal. Over Ariza. And it falls over the rim and in. Patterson's got 7 points in the game.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
And the Suns call time here. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
They executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Such a confidence builder to go on the road and be able to dictate the tempo, the style of play, keep your identity. They were able to do that here.
Phoenix is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Ariza up top. Patterson defending. They set the pick. Warren kicks to Booker. And again, it's the Suns missing.
You got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Devin Booker. Well, we see Andre Robertson making his return from the ruptured patellar tendon of winter 2018.
Just how disruptive was it for Billy Donovan and the Thunder to lose Andre Robertson last year? The numbers were staggering in terms of the defensive rating when he was on the floor, just how good they were. And the guy averages less than 5 points a game for his career, but his impact defensively cannot be understated.
That free throw missing.
And a power forward in college. Robertson's been working on increasing his shooting range ever since he entered the league.
Noel's checked in for Oklahoma City. And the Suns making a change here as well. Josh Jackson's checked in for Warren. And he's good on the second. And 6'7" swingman Andre Robertson out of the University of Colorado, one of the league's premier defensive specialists.
And Kevin, there's a reason he started for most of his career, and it has nothing to do with his shooting. Now returning from that ruptured patella tendon, will he regain that elite defensive form? Only time will tell.
You know, Brent, when you think of Devin Booker, you immediately think scoring. But he's become, as time goes on, an excellent facilitator as well.
Well, I think he's learning to do that, Kevin, because of the playing time that he's getting. And the defenses that he has seen in the early part of his career have been quite unique. You know, 2 out of the first 3 years that he played in the NBA, he's averaging over 20 points. So the passing part of his game, the more feel part of his game, it's coming along nicely.
No good on the free throw.
Well, Booker still has some upside, one of the best young scorers that we've seen in the NBA in the last decade. He's already an established star, and the sky is the limit for this guy. Now he just wants more wins.
Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Felton comes in for Roberson. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for the Suns. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Trevor Ariza. Brent, do you think individual defense is getting easier to measure with player tracking and advanced stats?
I don't. I think it's impossible for you to find some legitimate measurement of how much a player is truly impacting the game defensively. I think there's great indicators of combinations of players that are on the floor at the same time, that are working collectively and doing something to shut down another team's best offensive unit. But individually, it's so hard to just put a number on what a guy is doing in terms of his total impact defensively.
So the eye test is not out of style.
I I don't think so. I think we're getting better at the defensive metrics that are being used, Kevin, and I think that clearly we can see with some of the best wing defenders in the league, a Robertson, a Covington, that they're able to control their man, a Kawhi Leonard. They're able to impact the game defensively, but how are we quantifying that? We need to get better with it.
Now, here is George. Back to Schroeder. On the wing, George. And it's Grant in the corner. Clock at 4. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Grant's got his first 3 points of the game.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Holmes sets a screen. Here's Booker, using his post move to get the 2 points.
If Booker's that close, the D is done for. He can't let a good scorer like that get whatever he wants, especially on the inside.
Nice shot by Felton.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Chandler outside. Here's the screen to the left wing. Here's Holmes. Wow, way off on that one.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And there's Schroeder. That's good. The assist by George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Suns trail by 19. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, Jackson just sharing the rock there with the teammate. Make the simple play.
Oklahoma City's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. Schroeder kicks to George. A second chance effort, and it's good on the layup. Noel's got his first 2 points of the night.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Taken away by Felton. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Oklahoma City.
Liking the effectiveness they've shown here from three-point land. And I say, hey, shoot it more. They've been successful with a high field goal percentage, and we'll see if that continues to be a part of their arsenal.
Suns trail by 19. Okobo is guarded by Schroeder. Holmes sets a screen. Here's Booker. Another shot. And Chandler with a nice bucket inside. Chandler's got his first basket.
Chandler has had some years where you would consider him one of the most elite rebounders in the league. Uses his height that time to snag the board.
Now here's Schroeder. Really had troubles in that loss to Boston. George, no good.
Just not his night so far, guys.
Booker with no one around buries the long-range jumper. Booker's got 10 points in the game.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
And here's Schroeder. Here's George. Nice spin off the left rim and in. 5 points in the game.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Holmes with it. Now defended by Grant. There's Jackson with the 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Well, when Jackson's shooting like this off the pass, I just think he's so much better. Good preparation with the feet that time.
George sets a screen for Schroeder. There's a screen by Noel. Grant with the ball. George way outside. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
Chandler kicks to Holmes. Chandler is screen. And here's Booker from the arc. Thunder with the rebound.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
20 seconds left in the first quarter. Chandler outside. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots from the baseline. Okobo. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Schroeder. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. Back right after this. Almost 2 decades in the NBA for the veteran Tyson Chandler. He had this to say about Devin Booker.
I played with guys that were more athletic. I played with guys that were just shooters. You know, I played with guys that were great scorers. He kind of falls in between those. You know, he moves well without the ball. He plays well with the ball. He's a great scorer. He's not just a shooter.
You know, Greg, not many players have dropped 70 points in an NBA game. Devin Booker is among them.
And crazy, but he's still expanding his offensive repertoire. He's a scorer and he's a shooter.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Hustling on that offensive glass. That's led to a number of second chance points.
Yeah, if your opponent fails to block out, you get yourself in great position. That was the story of the first quarter for them offensively.
The 4 and the 5 are Grant and Noel. Russell Westbrook out there with Felton. And it's George in at the 3 slot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Offline from the top of the key.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
Now here's Booker. Okobo. It's good. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, fantastic awareness, finishing with ease at the rim, and the defense was just not a factor.
Intercepted. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Paul George grabs the miss. The Thunder leading by 12. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. One-on-one fast break. Jackson misses. Oklahoma City's got 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle, too.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against length.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Patterson comes in for Jeremy Grant. And it's Roberson in for George. And for the Suns, Ayton comes in for Rashawn Holmes. And Warren subbed in for Josh Jackson. That free throw good from Felton.
What's the saying? If you're going to lose big. A lot of teams adopting that strategy again last season, the final year before the lottery odds are going through some new machinations and a bit of a change. The Suns, though, they kind of took the cake last year and ended up with the #1 pick.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the score by Phoenix. Here's Westbrook. A putback. And it's Adams on the follow. And the Thunder lead by 15.
A big guy with a motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
Anderson, a screen on Patterson. And Anderson kicks to Ayton. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the Suns, all those draft picks, bringing in some help. And Brent, they needed it.
Yeah, they're going to need that help quickly in order to compete, but with a new coach and a new language down there, it's going to be interesting how much both the front office, the coaching staff, and these players latch on to a new path for the Suns to get themselves competitive as quickly as possible.
And Phoenix has possession following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Outside, Felton to the middle, takes a three. Westbrook missing again. Suns trail by 13. Booker outside. Warren on the wing. That shot off the mark, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. They host the Clippers after this game, and that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Phoenix has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Phoenix calls timeout. Getting open in the NBA, not an easy task, and there are a lot of players that are so good moving off the ball.
I think the first couple guys that come to mind are J.J. Redick and Kyle Korver. Old school style in which they operate like a Rip Hamilton. And if you go back, Mitch Richmond, where they're using a multitude of screens, seemingly never stopping during an offensive possession and causing some kind of confusion. So J.J. and Kyle Korver are still doing exemplary jobs of off-ball movement.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Ryan Anderson. Beyond the arc. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
He sunk that three in the first, but's yet to make another one.
Ariza no luck.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Suns trail by 15. Now Booker. Last time out he had 44 points. Goes up the baseline, and the jumper is good. Booker's got 12.
Now, Booker knows how to get cooking from the mid-range. I like how quickly he rose up for that shot attempt.
There's a good screen. The shot's good from Westbrook.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Now here's Ayton. Here's Ariza. That one good for 2.
Oh, that's a terrific pass. Ayton, with the advanced skill level, he's just going to get better with time.
Here's Felton. Pass to Westbrook. Mark that as his 5th miss in 7 shots.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter. I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Well, a great attack by Westbrook. He's unleashing it right now on his opponent.
Ayton with it. Now defended by Adams. Here's Ariza. Sinks the 15-footer. Ariza's got 4 points this quarter.
Nice job operating in the mid-range, using his size advantage to rise up and fire over the defender.
Shoots from the baseline. Here's Adams. Ariza with the rebound. Suns trail by 14. Passes it to Booker. Second chance shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. He's got 14.
I think Booker's motivated tonight here. He's starting to play very aggressively. I want to see him more in there on the offensive glass.
Patterson setting the pick for Westbrook. Back to Felton. And stolen by Ayton. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Yeah, he's certainly able to shoot over the top of people. High percentage look right there from the mid-range.
Now here's Adams. 14 points from him the last game against Boston. 5 to shoot. Shoots from 12. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs, that's the real question.
Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness. Suns trail by 10. Booker up top. He's covered by Westbrook. And here's Warren for three. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Warren's got 5 points so far.
Well, just working on extending that range. T.J. Warren in the offseason wanting to be a better three-point shooter. Nice to see him knock one down.
At the top of the key, Ayton. Back to Booker. And the Suns tack on two more.
Now, Booker has a bit of that Klay Thompson in him. It feels like when he gets going like this, he can be very, very dangerous.
Westbrook against Booker. Patterson, the screen. Back to Westbrook. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Warren, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, T.J. Warren believes he can score, and he's done it a lot. Every year he ups the ante and wants to add more to his game. Defensively, maybe a little more focused.
You know, T.J. Warren is a great scorer. However, many of those buckets he puts in do not include, Brent, the three ball.
No, he plays in the mid-range game. Once he gets to certain spots in the mid-range and gets his feet set, he's going to end up scoring 2 points. So off-balance runners, he gets fouled. Just really has a nose for scoring the ball.
That free throw good from Warren. Noel's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul George comes in for Roberson. Both free throws good from Warren. The Thunder, Brent, playing with such energy, but shooting, not their strong suit.
No, one of the lower three-point percentages in the league as a team. The free throw line also last year really weird. A big-time struggle for guys who had career-low years from the free throw stripe. So tough to win big in today's game if you're not hitting threes and then not hitting the freebies.
And here is Warren following Russell Westbrook's three. Over Westbrook. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
Book. And again, it's the Suns missing. Oklahoma City leading by 6. To the inside. The kick out to Westbrook. Shoots over Warren. Westbrook, no good. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Oklahoma City has gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Floats one, and Booker with the layup. Booker's got 8 here in the quarter.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Warren against Westbrook. And here's George for 3. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. 14 points for Paul George. Suns trail by 7. And Booker kicks to Warren. Jackson a screen on Westbrook. Warren against Westbrook. Outside Jackson. Rocket 6. Phoenix has gone 2 or 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter.
And we haven't haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a switch here. Grant's checked in. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for the Suns. Schroeder with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. Here's Noel. A stupendous finish in traffic. Noel's got his second basket.
Nice decision making by Schroeder there with a terrific assist.
Jackson kicks to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Shot clock at 6. A beautiful reverse layup. Booker's got 20.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
The Thunder leading by 7. There's a screen by Noel. Here's Westbrook. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Westbrook's got 12 now in this quarter.
Just don't touch him right now, okay? You're going to burn yourself. The guy is on fire.
Ariza against Westbrook. Holmes, that's a screen. Ariza no up.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
And George gets it to go.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And here's Booker from the arc. It's good from long range. 23 points in the game.
Now, you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Schroeder against Booker. Now the pass to Westbrook. Good D by Ariza.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Oklahoma City. And with his work in that quarter, he has 5 3-pointers in the game now. Quite a showing from long range. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Billy, balanced scoring for your team. How pleased are you with the way they're keeping everybody involved offensively?
Well, those guys, I think, have done a really good job of moving the ball and sharing the ball, and they're finding open men and they're willing passers, and I think because of that, they've been efficient offensively.
Open shots tend to be made. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They have a 9-point lead. And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that in the second half, especially if they can stay hot. Man, that's so hot, I got to take my suit off.
Kenny, your take on Phoenix.
I thought they would definitely outwork on the defensive end. They showed a lack of hustle, a lack of physicality. They weren't staying in front of their guys or putting bodies on people. It's critical that they improve their defensive effort in the second half.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, he has been dominant as we expected coming into this one. Skilled and relentless.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Second half underway. Here's who Igor Kokoshkov's got on the floor. Okobo and Booker are their backcourt. Trevor Ariza out there with Ayton. And it's Warren in at the small forward position.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
It's deflected. Stolen by Westbrook. To the middle. Patterson dishes to Westbrook, and he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Oklahoma City. Suns trail by 11. Kicks to Booker. There's the screen. Right wing. Just 5 on the clock. Okobo. Here's Ayton. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you see the raw talent Ayton has. An intimidating big man with a high ceiling and a desire to grow.
First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for 2.
Shots. Relax on the first.
No good on the free throw. The Thunder last season assembling a big three of Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony didn't mesh, Brent, like they had hoped. In your opinion, what went wrong?
Well, a bit of a down season in terms of the scoring for Melo, but reasons for that, just not as many opportunities and playing outside along the three-point line. The biggest damage last year was the Robertson injury. I felt like in December, the OKC team started to find its stride, and Robertson going out of the lineup, there just wasn't enough of the depth on that roster to make up the difference for them defensively, and OKC never really seemed to find its footing or confidence again.
And it's good. 2 points. 25 points for Devin Booker.
And if Booker has the defense on him inside, he can still deliver. He doesn't let that get to him.
And George with the stuff.
A good chance to see Paul George hurts that time.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Habit. Ariza outside. Okobo. Those three-pointers off the mark. Oklahoma City leading by 10. Here's Patterson. That shot missing. Good D by Booker. Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Shot from 12. And that one comes up a bit short.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
Here's Westbrook. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fire, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
He misses the free throw.
Westbrook, former MVP, a remarkable combo guard, and we know he does a little bit or a lot of it of everything.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, the Suns with just 21 wins last season. That's the second worst record in franchise history. This is a very proud franchise. So only their inaugural season as an expansion team in the NBA back in 1969 was worse. Brighter days for the Suns ahead. They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
Suns trail by 11. To the paint, Westbrook with the steal. From about 16, he gets that one. Westbrook's got 5 points now in the quarter. And those 21 wins, not the way the Suns were hoping to celebrate their 50th anniversary.
No, not at all. By scoring margin, it was the worst season that they had in their history. So the games were not all that close. So they lost by an average of 9 a game last year.
Timeout called. The Suns. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
And he's on fire from beyond the arc there. It's time to start shaping their game plan around stopping this long-range assault.
And the Suns making a change here. Anderson's checked in, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
And taking a look here at the numbers for George. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged 22 points per game last season, just over 2 steals and 5 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
They set the pick. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Here's Anderson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got 6 rebounds in the game. The shot by George, wide open. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Anderson against Patterson. Down low, looking to end the drought. The Thunder pull it in. Adams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Fires, high post. Here's George. It's deflected.
Tremendous at anticipating when shots are going up. Ayton is outstanding at protecting the rim.
Shoots from 14, and the shot by Warren, no good.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Anderson passes to Booker. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Booker's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
Now here's Booker. He's got 27. A floater, and the layup is up and in. Booker's got 29 in the game.
Booker's such a good spot-up shooter, but when he gets on the move and he has that kind of deft touch, that's a pretty soft floater.
Left side, Westbrook. He kicks it to Patterson. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists tonight.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Anderson, a screen on Patterson. The drive by Booker and the dunk by Booker.
Well, Booker can mix it up. Once he's got a lane to the hoop, he jumps all over the defense there.
Warren against George. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Anderson. Warren kicks to Anderson. Now here's Booker. He's tightly guarded. And the dunk by Booker.
And Booker taking a little bit of it out on the rim that time.
The Thunder leading by 13. And first time of the game called for Oklahoma City.
The Thunder, one of the lowest rates of assists in the league last year. Also a team that does not move the ball around all that much to gain some advantage with strong side, weak side movement. So we'll see isolation, we'll see pick and roll, and very few passes in a contest like this.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Andre Robertson. And a change for the Suns. Jackson's checked in. Here's Schroeder. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. Booker's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And the Thunder had great talent, but their offense hasn't allowed all their players, Brent, to flourish at the same time. Why is that?
Well, it's just a team that doesn't have a commitment to a flow style of offense. They have such great talent that I think the talent tries to take on the load sooner in offensive possessions than maybe the coaching staff would like, and they have great individual scorers. That's what these guys have done in the league for a very long time.
Bangs home the trifecta. Booker's got 13 points in the second half.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
Charity stripe shot, and he hits the jump shot.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Right side, Westbrook. Over Booker. Westbrook, no good. On offense, here are the Suns. They're on a 13-3 run right now. And here we go with Adams running it up the court. And it's Schroeder missing. Suns trail by 8. Anderson wide open. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Patterson dishes to Schroeder. It's hauled in by the Suns. To the inside, Anderson. The rebound by Patterson.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
They get the rebound. Adams' shot is good.
Well, Adams doesn't get his number called offensively all that often, but when he does, he can show you what he's capable of doing.
Anderson outside. There's the pick. With the floater. Not going to go that time. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way.
Look, if they want any shot at winning this game, he has to be better out there.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Pass to Ayton. He dishes it to Booker. Jackson setting the pick here for Booker. Great D that time from Westbrook. Oklahoma City leading by 12. Patterson can't get it to go. Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Phoenix no good that time either.
You got to be a little bit questioning of the defense because I'm sure they feel foolish for giving that guy that look. They survived it.
The Thunder have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
And it's been an issue for them as it was last year. Only 72% from the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Noel comes in for Adams. And it's Jeremy Grant in for Patrick Patterson. And for the Suns, Tyson Chandler. He's checked in for Ayton. And it's Rashawn Holmes in for Anderson. That's good from Westbrook.
And the Suns have never won an NBA title. It's amazing for such a proud and storied franchise. Just one trip to the finals since the merger back in 1993. That was when they lost to the Chicago Bulls.
The Thunder leading by 15. Grant gets a wide open look. Off target from outside.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Here's Schroeder. The Suns getting the bucket. Over Booker. And it's Westbrook missing.
Got to make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. Defense was just okay.
Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Scooped up. Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
And that is a statement. We're going to keep coming at you hard, even if we've got the lead.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Man, how many times have we seen Westbrook way up like that with the poster shot? He's just doing what simply other people cannot.
Ball's knocked loose. Inside, shoots from 12, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Here's Oklahoma City. They're on an 11-2 run. Grant kicks it over to Schroeder. From 12 feet out, rejected by Booker. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Suns. And stolen by Noel. Here's Westbrook. 26 points for him. There's a screen by Noel. And George kicks to Noel. Back to George. A three-pointer off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Thunder foul. Paul George. That's his second personal foul.
You know, Josh Jackson, an interesting prospect for the Phoenix Suns moving forward. A wing player, maybe doesn't quite have a position in the league, but I know his competitiveness certainly does. I remember watching him his first summer in Las Vegas and just staying in the game. It's hard to get guys who are drafted so high to take the summer league seriously. Josh Jackson takes every opportunity to compete that way.
That free throw, no good.
You think about Josh Jackson and maybe him collecting 1 terabyte of information about how it is that Kawhi Leonard goes about his business. Great size, great length, great versatility. A good guy for Josh Jackson to look up to.
41 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Westbrook kicks to George. Over Ariza. Rebound by the Suns. Ariza's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Stolen by Grant. Now here's Westbrook. From deep three-point range, Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for Oklahoma City. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Right back after this break. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Like my time, like my jokes.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Suns trail by 16. The forwards, George and Grant. Russell Westbrook out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Noel in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
There's the screen. Throws it up high. And slam dunk by Noel.
Westbrook draws so much attention, so takes advantage there, finds a teammate.
Up top, Holmes. He's covered by Grant. For 3, Booker. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
That's a prime example right there of Westbrook being a dual threat. He can make plays for himself and for an open teammate.
Chandler a screen. Jackson kicks to Chandler. Booker outside. 6 on the shot clock. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Here's Ariza. His 3-pointers off the mark. Oklahoma City leading by 17. Noel wide open. He fires. The quick look, no good that time. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Chandler outside. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for the Suns. And so here's Phoenix. Jackson setting the pick here for Ariza. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Well executed,
Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Here's Warren. Paul George making his last shot. And here is Holmes. Lays it up and banks it in.
He's just so aggressive on that move. You have to come over fast and hard to stop him.
Schroeder passes to Noel. There's a screen by Noel. And George kicks to Noel. Back to George. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Warren. And it's George missing. Suns trail by 17. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Good. And it's 9 points for T.J. Warren.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Now here's Noel. Dishes to George. And George with the stuff.
How about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Booker against Schroeder. Holmes, that's a screen. Down low, and it's Warren with the jam.
How about Devin Booker scanning the floor and finding the right option?
Oklahoma City leading by 15. Schroeder dishes to Grant. And George kicks to Noel. Screen by Grant. Here's the screen. Noel passes to Schroeder. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Ariza outside. Holmes, that's a screen. Ariza with it. Now defended by Grant. Jackson, that's good.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
And George kicks it over to Schroeder. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And here's Booker from the arc. Another 3 for Phoenix.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
And the Thunder with some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel, and it's Patterson in for Jeremy Grant. And Phoenix making a change here. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one, guys.
Thank you, David.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
Here's Booker. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And there might as well have been no guy up on the pick. Nothing happened there. Can't be surprised at the result.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Schroeder playing with some tenacity in this one. He is not letting the defense dictate where it is that he's going, and he's scoring through contact.
Here's Warren after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Now, he's done a good job of keeping control of the ball. Even with that turnover, you can tell his teammates trust him to hang on to the pill.
Oklahoma City leading by 13. George passes to Adams. Screen by Adams. Schroeder kicks to Adams. Over Ayton. Adams' shot is off. The Suns have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Okobo. Warren trying to break loose. Can't nail the jumper. Oklahoma City shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late. And Adams kicks to Roberson. Schroeder outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
And the second free throw, good.
The potential Schroeder has is pretty exciting. Such a lightning-quick point guard.
Left side, Ariza. Pass to Ayton, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
The Thunder leading by 14. Schroeder passes to Patterson. Here's the screen, and Roberson kicks to Adams. Over Ayton. Misses off the right iron. Phoenix has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Okobo. He's guarded by Schroeder. Back to Ariza. And stolen by Patterson. To the inside. Roberson. And the dunk by Roberson.
Roberson rising up and stretching out a bit to throw one in.
Okobo. He's guarded by Schroeder. Now here's Ayton. Not a lot of room. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
Warren against George. Booker with it. Back to Warren. Ayton sets the pick for Warren. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Thunder leading by 16. To the inside. And stolen by Ayton. Okobo. He's guarded by Schroeder. They set the pick. Lob pass to Warren. And it's Warren with the jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Here's George. Passes to Roberson. Six to shoot. And there's the pass to Patterson. Here's Schroeder. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And the Thunder making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in.
Russell Westbrook.
Poked away. George from deep three-point land. Hits it from three-point range. George has got 7 points here in this quarter.
I mean, he is bringing his game, guys. Another jumper from distance.
Okobo. He's covered by Westbrook, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Thursday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets.
And for that matchup with the Wizards, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
4 on the shot clock. Okobo.
Well, you feel like he's wasting all of his energy on the offensive end of the floor, and that there might be a letdown on the defensive end for Westbrook. Say it ain't so. He's just too competitive for that.
From 20 feet out. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Westbrook's got 14 points now in the second half. Okobo. He's covered by Westbrook. Okobo. No good there. Good D by Westbrook.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Now, that's the attack mindset with which they entered the game with, and I wouldn't expect them to let up now.
You look around the NBA, amazing players, global interest, franchise values are going through the roof. Do you feel like the league is entering a golden age if it's not already in a golden age?
I think it is, Kevin, at least offensively. What we've seen over the last 5 years with the adoption of most of the teams of the three-point shot, it's been some of the greatest offensive basketball the league has ever seen. And this idea that the evolution of the game stopped when it is at number 23 retired is kind of silly. I love where the game is at. I love where it's going. And I'm excited to be here tonight to watch this action with you.
Which number 23? We've got two pretty prominent number 23s in the history of this game.
I was thinking the
most
one
recent
I played
23?
against. Yeah,
oh,
that
that
guy.
23.
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Patrick Patterson, a veteran forward out of Kentucky, had some of his best years, Brent, playing with the Toronto Raptors.
He's a real difference maker for them, coming off the bench and being able to stretch out offensive possession, shot the ball incredibly well, high efficiency from there. And that's why the advanced stats, I think that the general manager of Oklahoma City thought that Patterson, as an addition here, could help out their offense and give them some punch off the bench.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
They'd lost two straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Okobo, he's covered by Westbrook. Ariza has the open look. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Oklahoma City leading by 23. Outside Westbrook. The putback, and it's Adams on the follow.
And that is one of Steven Adams' specialties. If you fail to put a body on him, he'll put you in the rim.
Kicks it to Ayton. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Westbrook. The finish.
I mean, it is really like he's jumping off of a trampoline out there. Westbrook can do anything he wants when he gets up like that.
Now here's Ariza. Warren the pass to Ayton. And Warren, here we go. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. They get Russell Westbrook.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
Now, here's Grant. Patterson, the screen. Back to Grant. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Suns. Anderson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Thunder.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Paul George.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals. Working the angles there, geometry class in session. Nice dish for the open look.
Outside, Felton. To the right side. Stolen by Anderson. Here's Cannon. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.